just risen. You've asked me to provide my proof that I, an ardent Steelers fan, can root for the Browns this weekend and still consider himself part of Steeler Nation. Competitive calculus goes back through the millennia, and it tells us one thing. It gives us a heuristic by which we can root for someone who was once considered a rival, but yet demonstrates no long-term threat to our dominance within the competitive hierarchy. I will now show you my equation and my work. First, we must break down the concept of rivalry, and I submit to you that the Pittsburgh Steelers and Cleveland Browns have not constituted a meaningful rivalry in the past 50 years. If you look at just the conference championships, the Pittsburgh Steelers have accumulated 23, and the Cleveland Browns only 6. And if we stretch that back to 1967, they get 9. There has to be a tug of war, a competitive dominance for there to be a rivalry. You look at the last time the Cleveland Browns have won a conference championship, it was 1989. I was barely 16. And then we look at the fact that they drafted Johnny Football. That alone puts them in the lower echelon of NFL teams, and very, very unworthy of anything considering a rivalry with the Pittsburgh Steelers. Next, let's decompose the threat to power, denoted by P to the power of N. We think about this year being a potential anomaly. One might fear that it is not. But then, let's look at history. And while, yes, it's true, the Browns are in the playoffs and the Steelers are no longer, Browns being the Browns will return. And so their opposition to a ball club that represents a budding dynasty in the Kansas City Chiefs greatly outweighs the Browns' potential to become a competitive force in the AFC North. And because of this, the offsetting equation that resets the Kansas City Chiefs' road to a dynasty brings us to a 0. And therefore, my competitive hatred is 0 plus 0. And there you have it. As you can see, the math clearly proves it. And furthermore, what is so wrong with Cleveland? It's near to Erie. And they have the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Thank you for watching, and join us next time when we discuss the derivative of how much we hate the Baltimore Ravens.